Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Fab Plus App.
Great to be here.
Today, we're talking about a company you've definitely heard of, NVIDIA.
Oh, yeah, they're everywhere now.
Exactly. From making graphics cards for gaming, which is where many of us first knew them, right? To becoming the global AI leader. And, get this, the most valuable tech company on Earth.
It's an incredible trajectory. Really something else.
How did NVIDIA do it? How did this graphics sidekick, as some might have seen them, evolve into the undisputed king of the AI era?
Oh, that's the big question, isn't it?
Let's try and uncover that. Let's start right at the very beginning. NVIDIA was founded, what, 1993?
That's right, 1993.
So what was the original vision back then, before AI was really even a buzzword in this context?
Their initial goal was, well, remarkably focused, actually. It was simply to build the absolute best graphics chips for 3D gaming. That was the mission.
Just gaming.
Primarily. But what's really striking looking back is how early they were thinking beyond just, rendering pretty pictures on a screen.
Yeah.
A truly pivotal moment, I think, came in 1999. They launched the GeForce 256.
I remember that name, GeForce.
Yeah, and this wasn't just another new chip. They called it the world's first GPU, graphics processing unit.
The first GPU, so they coined the term.
They did. And even then, like I said, they weren't just content to serve the gaming market. They were already laying the groundwork, perhaps without fully realizing the end game, for a technology that would eventually redefine computing.
And that leads us, I guess, to the surprising part of the story, the almost accidental pivot.
You could call it that. Or maybe seeing an opportunity others missed.
Right. This is where it gets really interesting for me, how this piece of hardware designed for, immersive game worlds.
Yeah, making explosions look cool.
Exactly. How did that become the secret weapon, so to speak, for artificial intelligence?
It really boils down to the architecture. The core reason GPUs became so indispensable for AI is their parallel processing capability.
Parallel processing. Okay, break that down a bit.
Sure. Think about a traditional CPU, the main processor in your computer. It's like a very smart worker doing tasks one after another sequentially. Very fast, very efficient at that.
Got it.
But AI, especially training these huge complex neural networks, it's not about doing one thing well. It's about doing millions or even billions of calculations at the same time, in parallel.
Okay. So CPUs aren't built for that kind of simultaneous work.
Not optimally, no.
Yeah.
GPUs, however, with their design stemming from rendering complex scenes needing thousands of little cores working together in parallel, they were just perfectly engineered for this massive parallel computation needed by AI.
So it was almost a perfect, if unexpected, match.
Absolutely. And if you look at the really big AI breakthroughs we've seen, think AlphaGo beating the world champion at Go.
Right, that was huge.
Or, more recently, the development of ChatGPT and similar large language models.
Which everyone is talking about.
They were all powered directly by NVIDIA chips. Their hardware, particularly the more recent stuff like the H100, made those advancements possible. It really shows how that early design foresight paid off, even in a field they weren't initially targeting.
So to really get a handle on this, we need to look under the hood, right, at these chips themselves. What makes something like the H100 so powerful?
Oh, it's an absolute beast of engineering. It's built using TSMC's very advanced 4-nanometer process.
4 nanometers. That sounds incredibly small.
It is. It refers to the size of the transistors. And because they're so tiny, NVIDIA can pack an astonishing 80 billion of them onto a single chip.
80 billion.
80 billion tiny switches, all working together. It enables calculations at a scale that was, frankly, unimaginable not that long ago.
Wow. And what about moving data around? That must be a bottleneck.
Well, they tackled that too. It achieves a memory bandwidth of 3 terabytes per second.
3 terabytes per second.
Per second. To put that in perspective, it's like downloading maybe over 100 high-def movies every single second. Just incredible data throughput.
That's insane. And these chips, they're expensive, right?
Very. We're talking well over $10,000 per chip, easily. And yet the demand is just relentless.
Yeah.
Companies can't get enough of them.
But it's not just the chip itself, is it? I hear a lot about their ecosystem.
That's crucial. What's fascinating here, and honestly a stroke of strategic genius, is that NVIDIA didn't just build powerful hardware. They built a whole software ecosystem around it.
Okay.
The core of this is their proprietary CUDA software, Compute Unified Device Architecture, and various AI frameworks built on top of that.
CUDA, I've heard developers mention that.
Exactly. It wasn't just some extra software. It was a brilliant strategic move because it made it much, much easier for developers and researchers to program specifically for NVIDIA GPUs.
Ah, so it lowered the barrier to entry for using their hardware for AI tasks.
Precisely. And by doing that, they essentially created this powerful moat around their hardware. They locked in the entire AI development community. Once everyone built their tools and skills around CADA.
It became incredibly difficult for competitors to break in, even if they had decent hardware.
You got it. Even with comparable hardware, switching costs, retraining, rewriting code became a massive hurdle. The ecosystem amplified the hardware's value proposition enormously.
And that strategic advantage, that moat, you can see it reflected directly in their market performance, right? Especially with the generative AI boom.
Oh, absolutely. The connection is crystal clear.
Yeah.
It's been a truly dramatic and incredibly rapid transformation.
How so?
Well, as generative AI just exploded onto the scene, think ChatGPT becoming a household name, almost overnight what happened.
Everyone needed the computing power to train and run these models.
Exactly. And who had the best tools for the job? NVIDIA. So all the major cloud giants, Microsoft Azure, Amazon AWS, Google Cloud, Meta, they all started pouring billions, literally billions of dollars into buying H100 systems.
Billions, just to power their AI services.
Correct. They needed to build out the infrastructure for this new AI wave. The financial impact on NVIDIA was immediate and just monumental.
We saw the stock price.
Yeah. In 2023, NVIDIA's stock just soared like a rocket.
Mm-hmm.
And then by early to mid-2024, it actually overtook both Apple and Microsoft.
Tech giants themselves.
To become the most valuable tech company in the world, briefly at least, but the message was clear.
If we connect this to the bigger picture.
It wasn't just a stock market blip. It was, I think, a really resounding signal. The AI era hasn't just begun. It's fully arrived. It's here in force.
And NVIDIA is leading the charge.
Unquestionably. They built the shovels for the AI gold rush. Now they're reaping the rewards. It really makes you pause and think, doesn't it?
It really does. What stands out to you about this incredible market transformation? It feels unprecedented in some ways.
The speed, I think, and how a company focused on one area, gaming graphics, could pivot, or rather, find its technology perfectly suited for a completely different, world-changing revolution.
And the fascinating thing, as you mentioned earlier, is how invisible yet ubiquitous NVIDIA has become. Even if you, the listener, have never consciously bought an NVIDIA chip.
Right. You might think, oh, I'm not a gamer. I don't have a fancy graphics card.
Yeah, but their technology is probably already powering significant parts of your daily life.
That's a really critical point to grasp. NVIDIA's influence now is pervasive, but often totally behind the scenes.
Give us some examples.
Okay. So if you use ChatGPT or similar AI assistants,
Which millions do.
the massive training runs for those models. They happen on huge clusters of NVIDIA H100 GPUs in data centers somewhere.
Okay, so interacting with AI often means interacting with NVIDIA indirectly.
Definitely. Or think about the progress in self-driving cars. Many of those systems rely on NVIDIA's specialized Orin chips to process all the sensor data cameras, LiDAR, radar in real time.
Right, the brains of the autonomous vehicle.
Exactly. And beyond that, you see their GPUs powering critical AI applications in healthcare, like medical imaging analysis, in finance, for fraud detection and algorithmic trading. Advanced robotics relies heavily on them, too.
Wow, it's really embedded everywhere.
It is. And looking just a bit ahead, there's a very strong possibility that even the smartphone in your pocket could soon feature specifically AI-optimized GPUs. And guess whose architecture those are likely to be built on?
NVIDIA's, I presume.
It's a very safe bet. Their reach truly is expanding everywhere, shaping the future often without us even realizing it.
So summing it up, from a gaming GPU developer starting back in '93
Focused on 3D graphics.
to becoming this absolute AI empire, NVIDIA's 30-year journey is, well, it's a masterclass, isn't it, in building the ultimate tech engine.
It really is. They've managed to combine that cutting-edge silicon, the chips,
With the indispensable software, the CADA platform.
and nurturing that powerful developer ecosystem.
Creating, essentially, the arsenal for the future of AI. It's a powerful reminder, I think, that sometimes the biggest revolutions can start from a place you didn't quite expect.
An unexpected pivot, or just technology finding its true calling.
Indeed. Okay, that's our deep dive on NVIDIA for today.
Fascinating stuff.
Next time, we'll be diving into another tech titan, Microsoft. How do they manage their own transformation from, primarily Office software
Word and Excel?
to becoming this cloud and AI powerhouse in their own right? That'll be another interesting story.
Definitely looking forward to that one.
So don't forget to subscribe to FAB Plus Ella. Thanks for joining us.
See you next time.